Chosen one. You did not arrive here by chance. Heaven summoned you to this moment with precision because you are standing on the edge of a supernatural financial shift. Anointed one. The veil is thin right now. God is aligning circumstances, opening unseen doors, and preparing a divine wealth transfer that has your name written in the Spirit. What you are hearing is not information, it is impartation. As Scripture says, it is God who gives you power to get wealth. Today, that power is awakening in you. Prepare your spirit. Something is about to break open in your life. Chosen one, lean in, because what is unfolding in your spirit right now is not ordinary. It is not a coincidence, not a convenient moment, not a random scroll that happened to land you here. This is a divine interruption. Heaven has stepped into your timeline, into your thoughts, into your spiritual atmosphere, because something in your life has reached a point where God Himself has said, enough. You may not see it yet, and you may not fully understand it, but you are standing at the edge of a shift so profound that even the pressure you've been feeling is a sign that your breakthrough is closer than you realize. For too long, the power source inside you has been under attack. Not your effort, not your intelligence, not your discipline, but the spiritual engine that fuels your provision. When that power source is targeted, everything connected to your finances begins to feel restricted. Progress slows down, opportunities evaporate, income shrinks. Doors that should open remain inexplicably closed. You try harder, but the results stay the same. You push forward, but the ground feels locked beneath you. And secretly, you've wondered, why is this happening to me? Why does it feel like I'm carrying a weight that no one else can see? But hear this with clarity. These battles were not the proof of your weakness. They were the proof of your assignment. The enemy feared the version of you that heaven has always known, the stable version of you, the prosperous version of you, the debt-free version of you, the version of you who can fund visions, support families' seed into futures, and build what God places in your hands. That version of you terrifies the enemy because abundance amplifies your authority. When a chosen one becomes financially free, they become spiritually dangerous. And that is why the warfare around your finances has felt relentless. Not because you were failing, but because you were becoming. I know what that pressure feels like. I've been in seasons where, despite my prayers, my work, my discipline, nothing moved the way I expected. It felt like invisible resistance was standing between me and every blessing I was reaching for. But time taught me something: battles intensify right before heaven breaks them. The spiritual realm becomes loudest right before God releases favor. What felt like stagnation was actually spiritual positioning. What looked like delay was divine timing at work. What seemed like loss was heaven making room for increase. Chosen one, your life has not been stuck. It has been recalibrated. God never increases a person without repositioning them first. Before Abraham inherited the promise, he was repositioned. Before Joseph stepped into promotion, he was repositioned. Before Esther rose to destiny, she was repositioned. And now heaven is doing the same with you. The instability you felt, the shifts in your job, the unexpected changes in relationships, the closing of certain doors, none of that was punishment. It was preparation. God has been realigning you so that no environment, no system, and no person can interfere with the financial increase He is about to release into your life. You are stepping into a season where what once resisted you will now make room for you. The places that overlooked you will begin to notice you. The opportunities that bypassed you will start looking for you. The ideas that felt dormant will become profitable. And the confidence that life tried to drain out of you will return stronger than before. Heaven is placing a spotlight on what you carry because the world needs what God put inside you. And this is your confirmation the cycle of financial struggle is breaking. Not because you're working harder, but because God is stepping in. Your lack is being replaced with divine supply. Your stress is being replaced with supernatural strategy. Your fear is being replaced with boldness. You are entering a flow, a divine flow, where provision does not come from labor alone, but from alignment, obedience, and spiritual acceleration. Chosen one, breathe this in deeply. The warfare was the sign. The pressure was the signal. The battle was the indicator. Heaven is now shifting your financial atmosphere, and the power that was once attacked is being restored. You're not stepping into a small change. You're stepping into a supernatural financial shift prepared specifically for you. Chosen one. If your life has felt unstable lately, if doors you trusted suddenly closed, if people you counted on unexpectedly drifted away, if your job shifted without warning, or your finances entered a strange and unfamiliar season, understand this: you are not being torn apart, you are being repositioned. Heaven is not removing you, heaven is realigning you. What feels like disruption is actually divine choreography. What looks like loss is holy rearrangement. God is clearing space, adjusting your path, and moving you into an environment that can sustain the kind of blessing He is preparing to release into your life. Repositioning is never comfortable. It stretches you. It confuses you. It challenges your understanding of stability and security. But repositioning is the spiritual signature that always appears before elevation. Think of every person God raised throughout Scripture and history. Not one stepped into increase without first being moved. Abraham was pulled from everything familiar. Joseph was removed from everyone who mistreated his greatness. Esther was repositioned into influence long before she understood why. And Peter was shifted from empty nets to overflowing ones through a simple divine redirection that changed his entire life. Their stories echo the same truth that now applies to you when heaven shifts your environment. It is because the season you were in can no longer carry the weight of your calling and chosen one. Something in your old environment could not sustain your new assignment. That is why the shaking came. That is why the transition happened. That is why certain doors closed, even though you prayed they would open. God was not denying you. God was preparing you. He knew that if He allowed you to remain where you were, the promotion that belongs to you would be blocked, delayed, or sabotaged. So in mercy and strategy, He moved you, not away from purpose, but into alignment with it. I've lived through this too. I've walked through seasons where everything familiar dissolved beneath my feet. At first, I thought I was losing. It took time and surrender to realize that God was actually lifting me. Looking back, I can see it clearly now. The places I outgrew had to release me. The people who could not honor my next level had to exit. The opportunities that weren't truly mine had to collapse. What felt like rejection was divine protection. What felt like ending was heavenly beginning. And when God finally revealed why He moved me, every tear made sense. Every delay felt purposeful. Every uncomfortable shift revealed itself as preparation for a breakthrough I could not have stepped into from my old position. Chosen one. This is exactly where you are now. Your divine repositioning is the proof that supernatural increase is much closer than you think. God does not move someone without reason. If He shifts you, it is because something ahead requires your presence. Something ahead requires your gifts. Something ahead requires your elevation. Something ahead requires your clean slate, your sharpened awareness, and your renewed faith. Heaven knows the exact coordinates of your next blessing, and God is now guiding your steps, so nothing and no one can interfere with what He has ordained for you. This is why things feel unfamiliar. This is why you've been sensing a holy uneasiness inside your spirit. It's the sign that you're stepping into a new chapter, a new territory, a new frequency of purpose. What you feel is not confusion, it is spiritual transition. You are crossing over from limitation to increase, from survival to supernatural acceleration, from stagnation to divine momentum. Chosen one. You must understand this. God is not just blessing your job. He is elevating you, and when God elevates a person, He raises their value before He raises their income. Promotion starts within before it manifests outwardly. That's why lately you have felt yourself growing in confidence, in discernment, in maturity, in inner strength. Heaven has been shaping you quietly for the visibility that is coming your way. You are becoming the version of yourself who can stand before influence, handle opportunity with grace, and carry divine favor without losing your grounding. This inner elevation is not accidental. It is intentional, it is strategic, and it is proof that heaven has already approved your next level. Chosen one. Everything that once overlooked you is about to recognize you. What once dismissed you is about to seek you out. What once ignored your potential is about to celebrate your presence. Heaven is placing a spotlight on what you carry because your gift is needed now more than ever. You are stepping into a season where your skills, your ideas, your wisdom, and your anointing will draw attention that you didn't ask for but were always destined for. You are not rising randomly. You are rising prophetically. This is your repositioning. This is your preparation. This is your moment. Chosen one. There comes a moment in every destiny when heaven begins to shape a person from the inside out, long before the world ever notices the change. You are in that moment now. What you have been feeling lately, the stretching, the inner stirring, the quiet pull toward something greater, is not imagination. It is identity rising. Before God elevates your environment, He elevates your spirit. Before He increases your income, He increases your capacity. Before He opens public doors, He strengthens private foundations. And right now, without applause and without an audience, heaven has been building you for a season that will demand more strength, more clarity, more confidence, and more spiritual authority than you have ever walked in before. You may not fully recognize your own transformation yet, but traces of it are already visible. You don't tolerate certain distractions the way you once did. You don't shrink to fit the expectations of others anymore. You don't silence your intuition just to keep the peace. You don't ignore that inner pull that tells you you're meant for more. These subtle shifts are not random personality changes. They are evidence that God is elevating who you are long before He elevates what you have. I've lived through seasons like this myself, moments where nothing around me looked different, but everything within me felt like it was shifting. Old habits fell away without effort. Old insecurities lost their voice. Old ways of thinking crumbled quietly. It was confusing at times because my external world didn't match the internal transformation I felt. But eventually, I learned something powerful. Your spirit always upgrades before your circumstances catch up. And once your inner world rises, your outer world must follow. Heaven will not allow the new you to live inside the old environment forever. Chosen one, you are becoming the version of yourself that your next level requires. This is why your confidence has been quietly emerging, why your boundaries have been strengthening, why your discernment has sharpened. Why you now see through people, situations, and opportunities with clarity you didn't possess before. Heaven is maturing you so that when influence arrives, you will stand firm. When opportunities appear, you will discern the real from the counterfeit. When financial increase flows, you will steward it with wisdom, not fear. God is preparing you privately to protect you publicly. For years, people may have overlooked you, misunderstood you, or underestimated what you carry. They saw the outer version of you, the quiet part, the humble part, the serving part, the part that worked hard without recognition. But heaven has always seen the treasure inside you. And now the world is about to see it too. Not because you're trying to be seen, but because God is amplifying what He placed in you. When heaven endorses a person, visibility becomes inevitable. And that is what is happening now, Anointed One. God is increasing the weight of your presence. When you walk into rooms, people will feel you before they hear you. When you speak, your words will land differently. When you share ideas, they will carry authority. When you step into opportunities, doors will open, not because you forced them, but because heaven has gone ahead of you. God is elevating your value before He elevates your income, because the blessing requires someone who knows who they are. This is why you had to walk through seasons of silence, seasons where no one celebrated your growth, seasons where you questioned your own potential, seasons where you planted more than you harvested. Those were not wasted chapters. They were spiritual training grounds. You needed to learn resilience, patience, discernment, and dependence on God, not on people, not on approval, not on quick results. Heaven was shaping your character to match your calling. And now, chosen one, your calling is waking up. You will begin to notice ideas flowing more easily, creativity returning, opportunities finding you, people being drawn to your wisdom and presence. The gifts inside you will no longer fit the confines of your old environment. You are entering a season where your potential will not be hidden, your value will not be ignored, and your voice will not be silenced. What God placed in you is rising unmistakably, undeniably, and unapologetically. Chosen one, this is your moment of internal elevation. The world may not see it yet, but heaven sees it. And soon, everything around you will reflect what is already happening within you. You are being prepared for influence expansion and supernatural financial increase. Your identity is rising first because God is shaping the person who will carry the blessing He is about to release. Chosen one, there comes a time in your journey when heaven begins to whisper something that your circumstances do not yet reveal. A quiet but persistent stirring that says, there is more for you than what you see right now. And if you've been sensing that lately, that inner restlessness, that holy dissatisfaction, that feeling that your spirit is expanding faster than your reality, it is not anxiety and it is not impatience. It is confirmation. It is heaven signaling that your life was never designed to depend on one place, one stream, one source, or one door. You were created for multiplicity. Inside you are gifts, talents, ideas, strategies, and anointings that are far too vast to remain confined to a single path. God did not design you to survive off one avenue of income or one dimension of influence. That limitation wasn't divine, it was environmental, circumstantial, and often spiritual. And now heaven is breaking that limitation wide open. Chosen one, your income is not supposed to come from one place forever. The reason you've been feeling stretched is because increase is calling your name. The reason you've been feeling restless is because you have outgrown old containers. The reason the enemy attacked your finances so aggressively is because he knew what would happen once God began multiplying your streams. He knew that once your influence expands, your impact would break boundaries. He understood that your financial elevation would empower your spiritual authority. And he feared the version of you who can bless others without hesitation, fund visions without fear, and walk in purpose without lack. This is why the warfare intensified. This is why unexpected resistance arose. This is why you felt blocked, delayed, or drained. The battle was not against your money, it was against your mission. I've lived through this as well. There were moments when I didn't understand why one source dried up or another door closed. At the time it felt like failure, but later it became clear that those endings were actually invitations. Invitations to explore new dimensions of who I was, new forms of creativity, new streams of provision that I never would have discovered had God not pushed me out of comfort. Sometimes God allows one well to dry up so you can realize you were standing in a land full of hidden rivers. Chosen One Heaven is about to reveal your rivers. The gifts inside you are not small. The ideas that visit you in quiet moments are not random. The passions you've dismissed as maybe someday are actually seeds of future streams. And the dreams you keep returning to, the ones that feel too big, too overwhelming, too out of reach, those are divine clues pointing toward the direction of your expansion. Your next level will not come from striving. It will come from unlocking what God already placed within you. This is the season where you begin to diversify spiritually, creatively, financially. God is waking up parts of you that were dormant. He is reigniting interests you abandoned. He is bringing clarity to visions you once doubted. And He is positioning you to step into opportunities you didn't apply for, rooms you never imagined entering, and blessings that were prepared long before you understood they were yours. A resourced believer is an unstoppable believer. The enemy has always known this. That is why he attacked your finances, your confidence, your momentum, and your clarity. But what he meant for restriction, God is now turning into multiplication. Your hands are being strengthened. Your creativity is being activated. Your ideas are being breathed on by heaven. You will not depend on one stream again. You will carry multiple flows, multiple channels, multiple dimensions of influence. And hear this clearly, Anointed One. Your financial expansion is not just practical, it is spiritual. When God increases a chosen one, the increase becomes a weapon, a tool, a strategy, a testimony. Your abundance will not be self-centered, it will be kingdom-centered. Through you, others will be blessed. Through you, burdens will be lifted. Through you, opportunities will be created. Through you, generational patterns will be broken. This is bigger than wealth, it is legacy. The drought you experienced was not permanent. The warfare you endured was not the end. The limitation you felt was not your identity. You are stepping into a season where resources align with purpose, where ideas translate into provision, where heaven breathes on what you touch, and where streams begin to multiply in ways that defy logic. Chosen One, expansion is not coming. It has begun. Chosen One, breathe this truth into your spirit. The drought you walked through was never meant to destroy you. It was meant to prepare you. Every dry season, every delayed opportunity, every financial setback, every moment where you felt like you were giving more than you received, none of it was wasted. Heaven used the wilderness to shape your wisdom. God used the silence to sharpen your discernment. The pressure was not punishment. It was preparation for the abundance that is now breaking open around you. Something is shifting in your financial atmosphere, and whether you can see it fully or not, you can feel it. The resistance you once battled is losing its grip. The heaviness that sat on your finances, your ideas, and your progress is lifting. The leaks in your life, the places where money slipped away unexpectedly, where opportunities vanished, where plans crumbled, those leaks are being sealed by the hand of God. You're not stepping into another cycle of survival, you're stepping into a flow. And this flow is not temporary, it's not fragile, it's not something the enemy can easily interfere with. The increase you're being prepared for is protected. The opportunities coming toward you are guarded. The doors opening for you now cannot be shut by human hands. You are entering a realm of divine momentum where things that once took years will happen quickly, where what once resisted you now welcomes you, and where what once overlooked you now seeks you out intentionally. I've seen this in my own life. Seasons where progress felt impossibly slow, where nothing seemed to move, even though I was pushing with everything I had, where every small breakthrough seemed to slip away before I could enjoy it. But then, without warning, God breathed on my efforts. Doors flew open. Ideas took off. Resources appeared. It didn't make logical sense at the time, but looking back I understand when heaven decides it's your moment, nothing, not timing, not circumstance, not opposition can stand in the way. Chosen one. Heaven has decided it is your moment. You are stepping into a divine expansion that does not depend on the economy, on people, on familiarity, or on your history. It depends on God and God alone. He is aligning conversations, decisions and opportunities that you don't even know are unfolding behind the scenes. Your name is entering places your feet haven't stepped into yet. Your gift is being discussed in rooms you haven't walked into yet. Your presence is being prepared for environments that once felt out of reach. Heaven is orchestrating what you cannot see. And in this season, something else powerful is happening. You are recovering what was lost. The losses you endured, the financial hits, the missed chances, the seasons where you had to start over, all of it is coming back, not in the same measure, but multiplied. What was delayed is returning with interest. What was blocked is returning with breakthrough. What was stolen is returning with restoration. This is the justice of God. He never allows his chosen ones to suffer loss without preparing a greater recovery. Chosen one, you are entering a season where effort will no longer feel wasted, where the seeds you planted, the prayers, the sacrifices, the work, the obedience will finally begin to produce. God is not just giving you income. He is giving you influence, strategy, and sustainability. He's granting you the kind of financial stability that empowers purpose, generosity, creativity, and legacy. This is why your spirit has been awakening. This is why your vision has been expanding. This is why your dreams have been resurfacing. Heaven is giving you permission to think bigger, to believe bigger, to prepare bigger. You are not the same person who struggled in the last season. You have been strengthened, stretched, matured, and spiritually upgraded. You are ready for what's coming, more ready than you realize. And hear this clearly, you will not return to the cycles that once held you. You will not repeat the struggles that once drained you. You will not relive the setbacks that once discouraged you. God is breaking patterns, dismantling barriers, and clearing every form of interference from your path. You are stepping into more than enough. Not barely enough, not almost enough, more than enough. Because a chosen one walking in overflow becomes a vessel of blessing, a resource to others, and a reflection of heaven's generosity. Chosen one, the financial flow that was once blocked is opening. The opportunities that once bypassed you are turning toward you. The progress that once stalled is accelerating. You are stepping into a supernatural expansion that cannot be reversed. Your season of increase has begun, and nothing can stop it now. Chosen one, you are stepping into a moment of divine momentum, a season where heaven is moving things on your behalf, even in places you cannot see. You may feel like nothing is changing, but everything is shifting. You may think the silence means delay, but it actually means preparation. God is doing more behind the scenes right now than you are aware of, and soon the invisible will become undeniable. The spiritual weight you've been carrying, the heaviness you couldn't explain, the pressure that pushed you to your limits, all of it has been the sign that heaven is positioning you for a breakthrough that can no longer be delayed. Chosen one, you're entering a realm where the things that once resisted you will begin to make room for you. This is not wishful thinking. This is divine alignment. The doors that refused to open in the past are being commanded by heaven to open now. The opportunities that slipped through your fingers are being redirected back toward you. The blessings that once seemed out of reach are being placed into your hands. God is rewriting the outcome of situations that once looked impossible, and what was blocked is becoming accessible. I've walked through seasons where it looked like everything was working against me, where the more I prayed, the more resistance I faced. But I learned something through those battles. When heaven prepares a chosen one for breakthrough, darkness pushes back hardest right before the shift. The opposition isn't a sign that God is absent. It is a sign that God is near. Pressure precedes promise. Turmoil precedes transformation. And the moment it becomes unbearable is often the moment just before God releases what has been held for you. Chosen one, you are at that threshold now. Your job is blessed. Your income is blessed. Your ideas are blessed. Your future is blessed. Not because everything around you is perfect, but because heaven has spoken over you. Once God releases a decree into your life, no system, no person, no circumstance, no spiritual barrier can reverse it. What heaven has declared over your finances, your career, your opportunities, and your destiny has already taken root. You are not hoping for a blessing. You are stepping into one. Something else is happening too. The fear that once limited you is losing its power. The uncertainty that once paralyzed you is dissolving. The doubt that once whispered, "Not you," is being silenced by the voice of God saying, "This is your time." You are stepping into a place where faith feels stronger than fear, where purpose feels louder than distraction, and where hope rises even when circumstances haven't changed yet. That shift in your spirit is evidence that heaven has already moved. Chosen one. The blessing coming toward you is not fragile. It isn't something you have to chase, beg for, or fear losing. It is protected, divinely timed, and spiritually sealed. Your progress will not be reversed. Your breakthrough will not be stolen. Your increase will not fade. What God is doing for you now is permanent, established, and secured by His word. You are being ushered into a season of fulfillment, a season where things align easily, where burdens lift, where clarity replaces confusion, and where opportunities unfold without resistance. The struggle you endured is ending, not because life suddenly becomes effortless, but because heaven is taking over. God is stepping ahead of you, opening what needs to open, closing what needs to close, and clearing everything that once hindered your path. Chosen one, take heart. You are stepping out of survival. You are stepping into supernatural acceleration. And this time, nothing will stop what God has set in motion. Chosen one. There is a shift happening inside you and around you that is far greater than anything your eyes can yet see. You may sense it in subtle ways, the sudden awareness that certain things no longer hold power over you, the quiet strength rising in moments that once brought anxiety, the unexpected peace sitting where confusion used to live. These changes are not random, they are signs that heaven has begun to speak over your life with authority. And when God speaks, reality must respond. When God decrees, circumstances must rearrange. When God sends His word ahead of you, every force that once resisted you loses the right to stand in your way. You have fought long battles in silence, battles no one fully understood. You pushed through financial pressure, emotional weight, spiritual warfare, and moments where giving up seemed easier than pressing forward. But even in your lowest moments, something in you refused to quit. That something was not your willpower. It was God sustaining you for this season. You were not surviving on strength. You were surviving on prophecy. You were not walking by sight. You were walking by divine preservation. Heaven kept you standing because heaven knew where you were going. And now the season of barely holding on is ending. The season of stepping into fulfillment is beginning. You must understand this: when a breakthrough is about to manifest, the spiritual realm becomes louder, the pressure increases, resistance intensifies, people act differently, opportunities feel unstable, finances fluctuate, thoughts become heavier. But these are not signs of defeat. These are contractions, the final tightening before the release. The spiritual world always trembles when a chosen one is about to rise, because your elevation disrupts the plans of darkness. I've lived through these moments myself. Seasons when nothing around me looked promising, yet my spirit whispered, "Something is shifting." I didn't see the blessing, but I could feel the atmosphere changing. At first I questioned it. I wondered if hope was deceiving me. But in time, I learned the Spirit often senses the breakthrough long before the natural world reveals it. And when that sensing begins, it means heaven has already moved. Chosen one. Heaven has already moved for you. Everything that once resisted you is surrendering. Everything that once held you back is releasing its grip. Everything that once pushed against you is losing power. This is not because circumstances suddenly became easier. It is because the voice of God has gone ahead of you. When God speaks, mountains soften. When God speaks, doors unlock. When God speaks, angels move into position. And God has spoken over your name. Your career is shifting not because of human decisions, but because heaven has endorsed you. Your income is shifting not because of luck, but because God has breathed on your work. Your opportunities are shifting not because of connections, but because divine timing has arrived. Nothing, absolutely nothing, can reverse what God is establishing in your life right now. The attacks that once drained you cannot follow you into this next season. The setbacks that once discouraged you cannot attach themselves to what God is building. The doubts that once whispered lies cannot stand in the presence of the new authority rising inside you. This is not a fragile blessing. This is not a temporary breakthrough. This is not an emotional high that fades with time. This shift is permanent, spiritual, and sealed by the Word of God. You're stepping into a realm where blessings stay, where progress continues, where momentum builds, and where your growth becomes unstoppable. Chosen one. Everything is different now, even if it hasn't fully manifested yet. Your spirit knows it. Heaven knows it. And soon your circumstances will reveal it. You are leaving the season of survival and entering the season of fulfillment. You will not need to fight for every inch. You will not need to beg for opportunity. You will not need to fear losing what God gives you. You are being carried into breakthrough. God is clearing the path ahead of you. He is aligning resources, preparing hearts, influencing decisions, and ordering steps you have not yet taken. The blessing on its way to you is not late, it is right on time, and when it arrives, it will unfold with ease, clarity, and confirmation. Chosen one, your breakthrough has already begun. Your shift is already in motion. Your victory is already written. All that is left now is for your life to catch up with what heaven has declared. Chosen one, something sacred is shifting around your life, and your spirit has already sensed it. Even if your circumstances appear unchanged, the atmosphere within you is different. A quiet strength is rising, a deeper clarity is forming, and you can feel heaven leaning closer. This inner stirring is not imagination. It is confirmation that God is positioning you for a breakthrough that cannot be stopped. You are entering a season where the unseen begins to reveal itself. Prayers you once thought were unanswered are now aligning with perfect timing. Delays that made you question yourself are turning out to be divine protection. What felt like stagnation was actually God preparing the exact moment for your elevation. Chosen one, this is where momentum replaces struggle. What resisted you before will now open with ease. Opportunities that disappeared will return in better form. The heaviness that followed you is lifting. The clarity you've been praying for is beginning to settle into your spirit. You are stepping into a flow, not another fight. Your previous season is finished. The cycles that drained you will not repeat. The fears that once silenced you are losing their influence. The confusion that clouded your decisions is clearing. God has drawn a boundary around your life, and what once attacked you cannot cross it anymore. You are stepping into a protected season where your steps are guided and your progress is guarded. I've lived through moments like this, moments where everything looked the same on the outside, but something inside whispered, "Change is here." Those whispers were not wishful thinking, they were signals. Breakthrough always starts internally before it becomes visible externally. And chosen one, the same is happening to you now. Heaven has already moved. God is aligning conversations, preparing hearts, and directing decisions behind the scenes. Your name is being spoken in rooms you haven't entered. Your talent is being noticed by people who haven't met you. Nothing about this moment is coincidence. It is divine orchestration. Sudden change is coming. The kind that shifts your direction quickly and unmistakably. A job opening a financial door, a new connection, a restored opportunity. These will not be random blessings. They will be signs that God has accelerated your timeline. Your next season will look nothing like your last. The heaviness is lifting. The uncertainty is dissolving. The inner battles are weakening. God is filling the space within you with peace, a peace that doesn't depend on circumstances, but on the awareness that you are being carried, not abandoned. You are not stepping into this breakthrough alone. God is going before you, clearing obstacles and preparing everything ahead of you. You do not have to strive to make this season happen. You only need to align trust and follow the leading of the Spirit. Chosen one, this is your divine turning point. This is where God says, it's time to honor what you endured. Everything you lost will be restored in greater measure. Everything you hoped for will return refined. Everything that felt delayed will arrive exactly when it's needed. Your breakthrough is not somewhere in the future. It is already unfolding. Your new season is not coming. It has begun. Chosen one. As this sacred message comes to a close, I need you to hear this with the deepest part of your spirit. You are standing in the middle of a divine shift. Heaven has already spoken your name. The supernatural transfer you have been praying for, waiting for, and fighting through spiritual warfare for has already begun moving in your direction. You are not approaching your breakthrough, you are standing inside it. This is your Kairos moment, your appointed time, the moment heaven has been positioning you for all along. Anointed One. Everything around you is aligning with God's plan. The doors that once refused to open are loosening under divine command. The opportunities that bypassed you are circling back with greater favor. The ideas that felt dormant are being breathed on by the Spirit. Your income, your path, your influence, and your future are being carried into a season where God Himself takes over. No force of darkness can stop what has been released. No delay can overpower God's timing. No resistance can withstand His decree. Chosen one, walk out of this message with holy confidence. Your steps are ordered. Your progress is protected. Your breakthrough is secured. You are being lifted into a realm where blessings stay, clarity flows, and provision follows you. This next season will reveal why the warfare was so intense, it will reveal why the waiting was so long, and it will reveal why the enemy tried so hard to exhaust you. Heaven was preparing you, strengthening you, and maturing you for a level of elevation you were not meant to miss. As you move forward, stay aligned with the anointing. Keep your heart open, your faith engaged, and your spirit expectant. Speak life. Move in gratitude. Walk as someone chosen, favored, and backed by heaven. And if this message resonated, you may comment, subscribe, or share, not out of routine, but as an act of agreement with what God has begun. Go in peace, chosen one. Go in favor. Go in unstoppable expectation. Your divine moment is here, and nothing can reverse it.